Good morning from Sweden. I hope you are well. This is the 15th of February 2026. So we're right in the middle of February, actually closer to the end. I'm not sure if it's 28 to 29 days in February this year. I think it's 28. Anyway, it is still winter here. Still quite cold. But it's been quite lovely. Yesterday it was a sunny day, so it was beautiful going outside practicing Qigong. So let's do the I Ching reading for today, reading the energies around us and then getting a little guidance on how to navigate them best, okay, moving forward. I feel there's been a great shift. It's been a great shift within me. Starting to see things clearer. Anyway, let's start by grounding ourselves. So sit down heavily on the surface below you. Or if you're walking, connect properly with your feet to the surface below you, this ground below you. If you're sitting on a chair, place your feet on the floor. If you're cross-legged, just make sure you're rooting down into the seat below. And as you breathe in, the spine rises towards the sky. And as you breathe out, you are becoming heavier and relaxing down, but the spine remains upright towards the sky. Crown point towards the sky. So with each breath in, you can feel the spine rising into the base of your skull. And this could cause your chin to tip inwards a little bit. But we're not forcing that. We are just allowing the body and the spine to unfold into the correct posture. And then breathe in and out into the stomach, allowing the diaphragm to do its work. Softening the diaphragm, pulling the air downward. And as we're doing this, the diaphragm is also massaging the organs below. So you can feel the micro movement of the breath throughout the body. The word that comes into mind is compassion for all sentient beings. Well, those were many words. Compassion was the word. And then the sentence was compassion for all sentient beings. It's difficult to see many times when we are caught up in a situation where we're being harmed, right? Or when people are doing things around that are harming other people. But it's difficult to see that even these people are suffering. The ones that are doing harm. Because they cannot see clearly. So they're doing things that if they were to see clearly, they would never do, right? But because of all the obscurations and all the karma and all the what we've been taught, conditioned from childhood, is putting blinders on us. We've got layers and layers and layers and layers of illusion. See, when we look at the surface, we rarely see the truth. The surface is a lie. Like words can be lies, right? Quite easily we can say something There's only one thing that is true. And that's the essence of you. And that's the heart. When we act from the heart. When the intention is not for us, it's for all sentient beings. The intention is to make the world a better place for all sentient beings. And that includes animals and insects and all sentient beings, okay? But it's difficult many times to do that because there's so many crazy things going on around, and we're being taught from early childhood that things that are not correct and good are good. And it's very difficult to break free from the great mass. Right? The pressure from millions and millions and millions of people, and this is the way we've always been doing it, right? The pressure from the conditioning, it's very difficult. But we must do it, okay? But in order to be able to live a life in freedom for ourselves, and then being able to start working to liberate other beings as well. But then we must see clearly first. Okay, enough of my rambling. Let's see what the I Ching is saying. So how are the energies around us, and how do we best navigate them in order to have the most smooth and joyous way forward today? Heaven, earth, fire, water, thunder, wind, wood, mountain, lake. So we've got Dui. So this Dui, which is, no, sorry, Zun. I'm sorry, I keep on doing that. I keep on mixing them up. This is Sun, this is wind, it's gentleness. Talking about gentleness. So it's one yin, where we've got two young resting. Oh, actually, I'm on the wrong, we're doing the inigua. So it's the bottom. It says one yin, and then we've got two young resting on top of it. And so far we've got all youngs resting. So let's check the outer. So this is our inner space, is gentle. Gentleness is do it. We are going to look at the primary gua quickly at that as well. So how are the energies around us, and how do we best navigate them in order to have the most joyous and smooth way forward today? Heaven, earth, fire, water, thunder, wind, wood, mountain, lake. So we've got earth. Earth is all yin. So we've got wind under, over earth. Earth under, no, wind under earth. So we got kun and zun. And then the advanced gua is yang yang yin. Yang yang yin. And then yang yin yin. Yang yin yin. And here we got thunder. Thunder is back. It's the shock. So then, yang yin yin. Chen, chen, and then yang yang yin. And here's lake. So we've got thunder over the lake. So lake is stillness, center, joy rising from that clarity, and joy from this inner stillness. And thunder above is shock. It's taking action, is shaking things up. So it's like the this shock, like when we don't have an inner stillness, when we don't have this inner center that is still and peaceful, and no matter what, then a thunder, like a shock, will shake us up, right? But if we have, and then could cause like a lot of suffering for us, right? But if we have this inner center, this solid inner center, this clarity, then there's nothing that can to the outer. So this is the outer, the thunder is the outer, right? And this is advanced. This is like the rumbling in the far distance, right? This is not exactly what it is. This is not the main energy here, but the thunder would, it's still underneath there, and it's advancing gua. It's a hidden gua, so it's like it's still affecting us, but very, very lightly. But it's speaking about this, yeah, the thunder. If we have this, if we are at peace within, if we have this strength within, if we have this confidence within, that the lake within is speaking about, then this will radiate out. And then this thunder will only lead to more clarity, right? It would not lead to suffering. It would lead to more clarity, because it'd be like, imagine like this big rain cloud over a lake. Big lake, and you feel the pressure from the, you know, when there's like thunder coming in, you can feel it in the air, and you've got this big rain cloud, but it hasn't burst yet. But then the thunderstorm comes in, and it just shakes everything up, and then clears the sky, and you get this beautiful summer sky. And then you can see perfectly clear. So thunder can affect us in different ways, right? Depending on how we are within. Okay? And this is what we need to cultivate, our virtue, our strength from within, this peace from within. Okay, so let's have a look at the changing line. Kun, earth above wind, is the main energy. So this is, I don't think I'll speak more about that, but that's like the hidden. But let's have a look. Kun and Zun, so it's gentleness under earth, which is nourishing, right? This is from the earth outside. It's like nourishing, so we are getting nourished from the outside. This is Mother Earth, right? Without Mother Earth, we wouldn't be here in this form, in these bodies, because we need the nourishment from Mother Earth. Like the water, there's in Mother Earth, and then everything that spreads and grows from Mother Earth, all the plants and the fruits and the crops and everything. That's like without that, if that didn't happen, then there wouldn't be any us in this human form, wouldn't be here. Right? So, and then we've got this gentleman, it's like a gentle wind blowing underneath Mother Earth. It's going to be interesting to see that one. So I'm just going to take 2 coins away and look at the changing line and see where we're at specifically in this hexagram. So first 6, initial 6, second 9, third 9, fourth 6. So that's a yin line changing into a yang line. So we've got yang, yin, yin, and then yin, yang, yang. So the outer, what we're moving into is like we've got yin on the outer loss. Yeah, outer is yin, and inner is more yang. And there we still got Zun, which is this gentleness, gentle Zun. But above we've got Zen. The thunder over wind. So there is this thunder. It's still this action. It's still this. Shaking up without, right? So both like the hidden and the hidden and what we're moving into, which is the strongest energy within this one, right? So even if we're on earth here, we're on earth above, gentle wind, and with the nourishment, it's actually we're still in this transformational energy, but we have a stronger inner core now. So we're not being affected in a way that we're suffering so much, right? It's more bringing more clarity, seeing more. And we are becoming better at catching ourselves when we're being drawn into all the dramas of the world, or all the dramas that we create for ourselves, right? So let's have a look at the... So let's have a look. Kun, earth, Sun, wind. Earth over wind, which is 46. That's the main energy. And then we go Jen, or maybe Chen. I don't know how to pronounce that. We'll go with Jen. Jen over Sun. I don't know how to pronounce that either. I don't know how to pronounce any of these words. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for butchering this beautiful language. So Jen, Sun, 32. So Jen, Dui, lake, which is 54. 54, which is the hidden. So let's start at the 46. Growing upward. Gentle, yeah, growing upward. It's got this gentle, gentle energy growing upward, coming up through earth, right? So it's like a little seed is growing. And I find this it feels like it's the, yes, of course, this is where we're at the moment, right? Because we have been abolishing the old and stepping into establishing the new, and we've got the overall energy of initiating of this month, right? Which is the seed, which is the spark, there's the initial, right? When the seed bursts in the ground. But then it's still doing some drama. We still have some drama. But now we come to the point where actually the seed is starting to grow, penetrating the ground. And it's actually growing, it's penetrated the ground, it's growing upward. It is a proper little seedling, or even a little plant, right? Growing upward. Ching, shing. And this, earth over wood. So it's over wood. Yeah, so wood, it's not wind so much, it's wood. So Sun, or this place is like this. Her place is either wind or wood, right? So in this case it is wood. So you've got this wood is growing up, this little plant is growing up through the earth, like looking up, you know, getting the sun. So it's more of a... but it's like a gentle movement. Or actually, is it gentle? It goes slowly. It's like a gentle little plant, right? But it must be like being able to actually come through all this earth, like the heaviness of the earth, this little seedling from this seed. It's quite amazing. It takes a lot of strength to do that, right? So earth, something that looks small and tidy can very often be very strong. Actually, I saw Greta Thunberg, she's known, here in the streets in Stockholm. It was many years ago. It was maybe, you know, the movement she started by just sitting down and striking on her own with a sign on here in Stockholm. And then moved and just spread across the world like this little girl, right? And I saw her on the street after, and it's already, everything is like happened, it's all spread across the world, and she's making a great change and being a great inspiration. And I saw her, and she was just this tiny, when you saw from the outside, this tiny, almost looked shy little girl, right? She looked younger than she was as well. And so much power from this, so much power from this girl. Like we say, strength is like big men with muscles and with weapons and blah. No. That's weakness. Weapons, fighting, controlling, that's weakness. There's no strength in that. Strength comes from this gentleness, with conviction, this initiation. Like that's real, true strength. We've got it all backwards. So anyway, that was quite amazing seeing her. I remember she looked up and gave me a little shy smile. And I go, this is one of the most powerful young women on the planet today. And I just saw it then. The real strength, real power comes from gentleness. It does. That's the true power. Anything else is just distorted control. It's not power, it's not real power. Anyway, I admire her. This woman, follow her convictions and follow her heart. We need more people like her, and I take her as my inspiration amongst many people. Okay. So that's growing up with strength, earth. Let's have a look. Bringing together in an upward motion is called growing upward. Thus, after bringing together, growing upward follows. And we've had this energy actually also. If you wait, it was quite clear for a while actually during the readings, was that strong boundaries towards it's toxic and doesn't serve, right? But then allowing the right people to come in and cultivate the relationship, and then bringing these people together. So this is what we got. Bringing together an upward motion is called growing upward. So we're growing, and from there we can actually create something beautiful. So bringing the good people together, but then keeping a strong boundaries towards, that is not good. Whether it's people, or whether it's the situation, or whether it's like whatever it is, right? So this is about yin and yang, giving and taking, starting and ending. Like everything is changing, giving and receiving, giving and receiving. This is like the end. This way we keep on nourishing ourselves and others, right? We give and then we receive, and then we give and then receive. And if we're in a situation where we just give and being depleted, then that's where the boundaries need to go up. That's not good. It is absolutely fine, or actually it is essential that you walk away. It is, because it'll just deplete you. You have you don't have to look after other people that are manipulating you and mistreating you or anything. But it's difficult to break free from when you're being manipulated, when you're being trapped in that, because you keep on wanting to believe the lies, right? Because you're a kind-hearted person and you don't want to do any harm. So, but it's, strong boundaries is very important. So it took me a while to learn that, I tell you, but now I live by it, because I've been drained too many times. So long-lasting, it leads into long-lasting growing up, long-lasting, yes, long-lasting, cultivating good friendships, right? Good friendships will turn into long-lasting, which we've got wood here. Wood, and then 54, which is this underlying energy. Marrying maiden. Marrying maiden. Okay, even that is like about relationship. And this is bringing together to grow up together and then create this long-lasting relationship with the right people, right? And the marrying maiden, which has also got this under moving forward in misfortune, nothing is forward. Okay. I think this is about it might be, though advancing in development, surely one needs to home to return. There's after developing gradually, marrying maiden follows. It's talking about right now. Yeah, here, just thunder over lake, an image of marrying maiden. In correspondence with this, the superior person persists in the everlasting relationship and avoids anything that would hurt the harmony. Okay, this is it. This is not a good time to move forward, apparently, but this is the underlying energy. I think we should go with this one, right? Cultivate these, exactly what I said, like cultivate the correct people, and then persist in this everlasting relationship with the good people, right? And then build something with that one, and then make sure that you avoid anything that would hurt the harmony. Okay, remain kind and courteous. You might have people in this dynamic that are not, might not be so good, or might just be blind to what's going on, or whatever. But remain courteous and kind, right? But you can still have boundaries. But it doesn't mean you have to. A boundary doesn't mean you have to say go away. But you could just, here but no further. Right? There's a line, but still be courteous and continue to collaborate, but you don't have to get involved, right? That's it. Like in the drama, in all the hullabaloo that might fall apart, the falling apart, the decay of the situation. That's not your responsibility. There you can have strong boundaries, but you can still continue, right? Being courteous, but keep a distance. But then with the people that are good, cultivate that and look after them, and then make sure they are strong, become strong as well together, and they're cultivating kindness and compassion. And we don't do that by talking, backstabbing people. We don't. That's toxic, okay? Sometimes we have to say that person is not good, right? But we don't do that by talking behind somebody's back, okay? So that's never good. That's toxic, okay? Bringing together in an upward motion is called growing upward. Thus, after bringing together, growing upward follows. Originally, Ching means to rise, to ascend, to promote. In terms of this gua, it is to promote in an upward direction. Pushing upward, ascending, promotion. The symbol of this gua is wood growing upward from the earth. Thus, growing upward is the term adopted here. Yeah, so it's like this little seedling, this seed that we set has actually come. It's actually sprouted. So it's up above. It's come to the surface. It's growing into this beautiful plant. So the upper part is a rising sun of this ideograph. The brilliant sun is growing upward in the eastern sky. The lower image is the ideograph Sheng, which provides the sound. Traditionally, only the lower part is used for the name of this gua. Sheng was an ancient unit of the measure of a grain of cloth. Today, one Sheng is approximately 1 liter. Okay. So, and it's talking about, this is the inverse, it's the opposite of the bringing together, and we have been bringing together, like working on uniting people to protect the country, it says here, but this is to protect whatever situation that you are in, whichever type of grouping that you are in. So to protect that, you need to bring the good people together. And this is what we've been doing, like cultivating good relationship, whilst keeping strong boundaries towards what is toxic and not good, right? Fire above earth, the image of a rising sun, and the movement is simply moving forward. So, or developing gradually is fire above earth. I thought I'd done something wrong. So the image of wood above mountain. Okay, so they're just talking about different guas here. Let's move to the decision here. Growing upward, sublimely prosperous and smooth. Appropriate to see a great person. Do not worry. Moving forward toward the south. Good fortune. Yeah, so we're growing upward, and this is a good time. We are sublimely prosperous and smooth, which means that this is a good time. Things are running, we're heading in the right direction. We are growing upward. We are learning from this, and we are actually taking steps forward, although it might not seem like it at times, right? But it's good to see a great person, so take advice from a person that you trust. Or this could be just read a book about something that you need to learn, or a teacher of some sort, or go and see somebody who you trust to get advice from. It's very good to do that right now. Do not worry, moving forward toward the south, good fortune. The yielding ascent in accord with the time. So here's about timing, okay? Gentle and submissive. The firm is central and obtains its correspondence. There's great prosperity and smoothness. So this is like a plant will grow in its own time. You cannot make it grow any faster. Well, you can give it nourishment, like different nourishment will make it grow faster. But you can't pull it, right? And go, oh, grow faster. Or a little child can't pull it. Oh, grow faster. I want you to become taller. You'd only end up hurting it, right? So it's just in its own time. You can make sure it grows strong and healthy by giving good nourishment, right? But that's what we can do in love. Appropriate to see a great person. Do not worry, there is blessing. Move forward toward the south, good fortune. His will will be fulfilled. Yeah, so this is, take advice, growing upward, but continue growing. This is good. Yeah, we are moving forward. This is good, right? Within the earth, wood grows, an image of growing upward. In correspondence with this, the superior person cultivates his virtue in proper order. He accumulates the small achievements and develops them higher and greater. Yeah. And then growing upward, and this is, we are developing. We are seeing more things clearly. We are becoming more of a superior person. We are learning. So we are growing up. We're growing up out of sometimes I look at the planet and people, and sometimes I'm thinking, God, it's like a bunch of toddlers running around causing chaos, believing we know everything and we know so little, right? But at the moment we are in a stage where we're actually growing. Some of the illusions or the veils are falling, and we are growing, and we are growing because we are cultivating this peaceful center. We're not being pulled into all the dramas of the world constantly. And so the superior person cultivates his virtue in proper order, and we continue to do this, and we must continue to do this all our life, right? We must never end. You see these people who rise to fame really well, or get lots of great big following. What is it? Deepak Chopra, who's Chopra, was his name Deepak Chopra? I think his name is. And he's like a great spiritual leader and lots of following. And now it turns out he's in the Epstein files, talking about how he likes little girls. And, there's somebody who either presented the wrong surface for every people and been fooling people from the beginning because its core is not that good, right? Or in the beginning there was a good intention, but then it fell because of, all the attention. This is so easy. All the attention you get, and then you start to believe that you are great. Oh, I'm so great, right? I'm so great. I know all these things and I've got all these millions of people following me and blah, blah, blah. And then we fall from grace. It's called fall from grace. That means that we lose whatever we cultivated, all the goodness we had, it sort of deteriorates if you don't keep on looking at it and looking, oh, hang on, because it will decay. Because our ego become overinflated. So it doesn't matter where you are. If you are one person who's doing very simple things and not very many people do it, right? And just go about your day. Cultivate your virtue and then continue doing that. Or if you're a person who's got 100 million followers, or lots of people know about it, cultivate your virtues, constantly checking in on yourself. Who am I? How am I behaving? This is very important that we do. We must never stop doing that, because then we will fall from grace. And this is what means fall from grace. It's that our ego is rising again. We think we're great and we don't stop looking at what we're doing. And then we become this toxicity that is doing bad things, okay? And tricking people and fooling people. So let's have a look at the changing line, which is the 4th, 6th. The king is engaged in presenting offerings to Mount Yi. Mount Yi is this great mountain where they used to offer to, okay? Good fortune, no fault. The king is engaged in presenting offerings to Mount Yi. He follows the way of the royalty. So this is us cultivating our virtue, and then offering this to the world. Okay, so then that's good fortune. Fourth, six, growing upward alternates to long lasting. The fourth line is a yin element at the yin place, central and correct. It is in a minister's position. In ancient times, only the king presented offerings to heaven and earth. Lords and princes presented offerings to mountains and rivers. Here one is appointed by the Lord of Heaven to take charge of the ceremony to present offerings to the mountain. It shows how his utmost faithfulness and sincerity wins the trust of the Lord of Heaven. There is good fortune and no fault. Mount Yi was also known as the West Mountain. It was the place of origin of the Zhou dynasty. Okay, the West Mountain, the Zhou dynasty, which is King Wen, right? Who wrote, I think, the decision... and maybe the commentary on the symbol as well. I need to double check that. I keep on forgetting. I keep on learning that and then I forget. So it's offering. We're making offerings to heaven and earth. And this is right. We're making offerings to heaven. It's like it is this stillness within. It's this truth. This is this... the truth of who we are, this true essence of us, right? Not this surface layer of this body that we're running around on this planet. Like, it's the essence of us, the consciousness, which is pure for everyone, no matter what they do. Here on the planet, right? Even the evil ones has got this, are actually this, I have Buddha nature, but there's just so many layers of obscurations and karma and all these kind of things that just distorts the whole thing. But all of us here on the planet, all sentient beings, have Buddha nature, it's called. Are Buddha, right? But we just don't see it. We are blind to it. We are blind, not blind to being a Buddha, but blind to what's going on, what's really going on, right? We're being easily swayed, easily tricked. So this is an earth energy. So let's have a look at the long lasting. The union of husband and wife should not be short-lived, thus after mutual influence, long-lasting follows. So persistence, persevering, long-lasting. So we are moving into like building something long-lasting. And this is what should be our intention. We're not just doing things randomly. Like, what we're building is something that's going to last for a long time. Long-lasting, prosperous and smooth, no fault. Favorable to be steadfast and upright. Favorable to have somewhere to go. So this is like, we are making movement, right? And this is also talking about movement. We're growing upwards. We are cultivating our virtues. We are becoming greater. Like, we are becoming greater people, more superior people, right? Because we are cultivating our inner virtue. We're not becoming, oh, look at me, I'm so good, right? It's the opposite, really. The greater a person becomes, the more humble they become, because they realize, can see the beautiful of this beauty of this universe, and how we are part of it, right? All this, shiny surface is just ego, and it has no real true value. Ego has no true value at all. It's just surface layer. It's just we need to Heng is long-lasting, the firm is above and gentle below. Thunder firm, Thunder and wind are a mutual support. Be gentle and in motion. The firm and the gentle respond. This signifies long-lasting. Long-lasting brings success. There is no fault. It is favorable to be steadfast and upright. This indicates that long-lasting accords with the Tao. The Tao of heaven and earth is long-lasting. It never ends, right? And this is offering, what we're talking about in here, like the fourth line here. It's the offering to heaven and earth. And this is the heaven and earth, the offering. We made the offering to the heaven and earth and creating something long-lasting, which comes from compassion and comes from love and comes from the truth, right? Sun and moon rely on the Tao of heaven. Thus can their shining be long-lasting. The four seasons change and transform. Thus can the production of being long endure. And this is interesting because like everyone is trying to live as long as possible. We're creating, you know, things, and what they're doing now, they're freezing. You know, when I die, can you freeze me so I can wake up when you have like a better medicine? But if people didn't die, if animals didn't die, if plants didn't die, well, nothing new could grow, right? It'd just be a lot of, you know, sick people. You know, in order to make place on this planet, we need to die. Like this, and there's nothing fearful with dying, right? It's good to be Buddhist because I am absolutely convinced that there's another life, right? And what we have, like this body, is just temporary. What is permanent is the consciousness, and the consciousness takes different dresses, take different costumes, or different, costumes, you say, like the body, in different times, in order to be here and experience, and then to grow and to actually cultivate this virtue. And starting to see, I think I have not really come to, and then so we can turn this into all loving, compassionate place. The love, which is, it is love. Everything is love. Like the truth is love. But distortions take that away. Like, or temporarily, not forever. Okay. It hides it. Distortions hides the love. Right? Yeah. The holy sage remains long-lasting in his way of life. Then all things under heaven are transformed to completion. Yeah. Transformed to completion. Yeah. Contemplate the Tao of long-lasting, to see the nature of heaven and earth and of all beings. This is speaking about enlightenment, right? To see the nature of heaven and earth and of all beings. This is to see. Contemplate the Tao of long-lasting, which is nothing never ends. Like this doesn't end. Right? We might, like body might end, right? It will end, for sure. But nothing really ends. It just, everything just continues. Yin and Yang will continue. The Tao of heaven and earth will continue. Earth might be another Earth somewhere. There's probably different planets around. I don't know. Where there's life in a different dimension. I don't know. I have no idea. But to see the nature of heaven and earth and of all beings. You know, this is where we can cultivate this compassion. When we see the nature of what's going on here, then instead of being suffering, we can have compassion for all beings around us, even the ones that are harming us, right? Because we see that they are not aware of what they're doing. And instead of anger, we can feel this compassion for them. And then we can share this compassion with the world. And coming from this peaceful center. The union of thunder and wind, an image of long lasting. In correspondence with this, the superior person stands firm without changing his aim. Yeah. When we are truthfully us, there is no difficulty in knowing which way we're heading, right? Because there's only one way, really, which is always. I'm not quite sure about that. Well, I'm sure about that, but I don't know how to describe it. And I'm not sure 100% because I can't see it clearly. I have some sort of fragmented view of it, a little bit of all the dimensions. But if you are truthfully you will not change your aim, right? You know exactly where you're going. If you can see clearly, like if you're an enlightened being, you see clearly exactly what's going on. Then there is no, then you are you. Then you are the universe. Yeah. Anyway, that went deep. That was a beautiful reading. Thank you, I Ching, for that. Anyway, that's the end for today, and I'm wishing you a beautiful day, and I hope this was of benefit to you. Okay, I would love to hear your thoughts as well. Okay, thank you.